Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the English Practice Podcast, where we talk about real problems English learners face every day. Not textbook problems, but real-life struggles that stop people from speaking confidently.
Yes, welcome everyone. We are really happy you are here today because the topic we are going to talk about is something almost every English learner feels deeply but cannot explain properly.
Today, we are discussing why knowing English is very different from actually using English in real conversations and why many people feel stuck even after learning English for years.
This topic is important because many learners say, I know English, I understand English, I studied English in school, but still I cannot use it when I need to speak.
And this confusion makes people doubt themselves, their learning ability, and sometimes even their intelligence, which is very sad because the problem is not intelligence at all.
Exactly. Knowing English and using English are two completely different skills, and most learners are never taught this difference clearly.
When we say knowing English, most people think about understanding words, grammar rules, reading sentences, or answering questions in exams.
But when we talk about using English, we are talking about something much deeper, something more active, and something that requires confidence, comfort, and emotional readiness.
Knowing English mostly happens inside your mind, silently, without pressure, and without anyone watching or judging you.
But using English happens outside, in front of people, in real situations, where your words, pauses, mistakes, and confidence are visible.
This is why many people feel very confident while reading or listening to English, but suddenly feel nervous, blank, or scared when they try to speak.
Because knowing English is safe, but using English feels risky.
When you know English, you can take your time, you can think slowly, you can stay quiet, and no one expects an immediate response from you.
But when you use English, especially while speaking, people expect you to respond quickly, clearly, and confidently, and this expectation creates pressure.
This pressure is the main reason why people who know English still cannot use it freely.
Another important point is that most learners learn English in classrooms, where the focus is on correctness, not communication.
In schools and colleges, students are trained for correct answers, correct grammar, and correct writing, not for expressing ideas naturally.
So learners grow up believing that English must always be perfect before it is spoken.
This belief becomes very dangerous when they try to use English in real life, because real-life English is not perfect.
Real English has pauses, mistakes, simple words, broken sentences, and corrections, even for native speakers.
But learners don't allow themselves that freedom because they think knowing English means speaking without mistakes.
This is where the gap between knowing and using English becomes very wide.
Let's also talk about emotional safety, because language is not only about words, it is also about emotions.
When you know English silently, your emotions are calm, relaxed, and protected.
But when you use English publicly, your emotions like fear, shame, and self-doubt can appear very strongly.
And once these emotions appear, even simple English becomes difficult to use.
So many learners think I know English, but when I speak, my mind goes blank, and they blame their memory or vocabulary.
But actually, the knowledge is still there. It is just blocked by fear and pressure.
Understanding this difference is very important because it helps learners stop blaming themselves.
Yes, once you understand that knowing English and using English are two separate skills, you can start training them separately.
In the next continuation, we will talk more deeply about why schools create strong knowing English skills but very weak using English skills.
And how this problem affects confidence, fluency, and real-life communication.
Zoya, now that we clearly understand the gap between knowing English and using English, let's talk about how people can actually start crossing this gap.
Yes, because understanding the problem is important, but learners also need a safe direction forward.
The first thing learners must accept is that using English will feel uncomfortable in the beginning.
This uncomfortableness does not mean failure.
It simply means the brain is learning a new skill.
Many learners quit too early because they expect comfort immediately.
But comfort comes after repetition, not before. before.
Another important step is changing the goal.
Instead of aiming for perfect English, learners should aim for understandable English.
Understandable English builds confidence.
Perfect English builds fear.
When learners allow themselves to be imperfect, speaking becomes lighter.
One powerful method is thinking in small sentences.
Yes, learners often try to speak long and complex sentences.
That increases pressure,
Short sentences reduce mental load.
and fluency grows naturally from small sentences.
Another helpful step is daily low-pressure speaking.
Speaking to yourself, recording your voice, or describing daily activities.
These methods remove the fear of judgment.
Because no one is listening.
This helps the brain build speaking pathways.
Listening also plays a big role here.
When learners listen regularly, sentence structures become familiar.
This reduces thinking time while speaking.
Speaking becomes more automatic.
Another key step is accepting pauses.
Many learners fear pauses.
But pauses are natural in real conversations.
Even native speakers pause.
Accepting pauses reduces anxiety.
And anxiety is the biggest enemy of speaking.
Learners should also stop translating everything in their head.
Translation slows down speech.
Instead, learners should use simple English thoughts.
Simple thinking creates faster speaking.
Another powerful practice is repetition.
Repeating the same ideas in different ways.
This builds comfort.
Comfort leads to confidence.
Confidence leads to usage.
Another important habit is celebrating small wins.
Like finishing one sentence.
Or speaking for 1 minute without stopping.
These small wins motivate the brain.
And motivation keeps learners consistent.
Using English is not about talent.
It is about training.
Training the brain to speak without fear.
And fear reduces slowly, not instantly.
In the next and final part, we will talk about mindset.
How changing the way you think about English can permanently remove the fear of using it.
Zoya, in this final part, let's talk about the mindset shift that truly changes everything for English learners.
Yes, because without the right mindset, even the best techniques will not work.
The first mindset change is understanding that English is a skill, not a test.
A skill grows through usage, not through memorization alone.
Many learners still treat English like an exam subject.
They wait until they feel ready before speaking,
But readiness is created by speaking.
not by waiting.
Another powerful shift is accepting mistakes as part of growth.
Mistakes are not proof of weakness.
They are proof of effort.
Every mistake means the brain is learning something new.
Fluent speakers are not mistake-free speakers.
They are comfortable speakers.
Comfort comes from repetition, not from perfection.
Another mindset shift is separating self-worth from language ability.
Your intelligence, value, and confidence are not defined by your English.
English is just a tool.
A tool to express your thoughts.
When learners stop attaching their identity to English, fear reduces.
And freedom increases.
Another important shift is allowing yourself to sound like a learner.
Every fluent speaker once sounded like a beginner.
Growth happens only when we allow ourselves to be beginners.
Avoiding speaking delays growth.
Using English daily accelerates it.
Even small daily usage matters.
5 minutes of speaking daily is better than hours of silent study.
Consistency beats intensity.
Another important mindset is focusing on connection, not correction.
Communication is about connecting ideas, not perfect grammar.
When learners focus on connection, confidence grows naturally.
And confidence makes speaking smoother.
Finally, learners must understand that fear will not disappear overnight.
But it will reduce with every attempt.
Speaking once makes the second time easier.
And the third time easier than that.
Knowing English is a strong foundation.
Using English is the bridge to fluency.
And anyone can build that bridge.
With patience, practice, and the right mindset.
So, if you are listening and thinking, I know English, but I can't speak,
Remember, you are not stuck.
you are just at the starting point of usage.
And that is a powerful place to be. Thank you for listening to this English Practice podcast.
Keep practicing, keep speaking, and be kind to yourself.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Until then, keep using your English.